Hi guys, welcome to Magic, Myth, and History, episode 5, Different Ways to Honor Your Deities. Now, we're not going to go too much into specific rituals or offerings to everyone because there's so many different deities and so many different traditions that it would be hard to do in this video. Now, before you hang up on me, we are going to talk about some of the general ways, and when we get into the myths about specific deities, we're going to talk more about the specifics for them. So if you're looking for somewhere to start, this is the video for you. So one of the ways that is probably best known is for rituals, and that might be hard for some people to do. Like, some people have their own place. They can handle that, do it in their place, do it in their backyard, or they have somewhere to go to do it. Some of us are in the closet spiritually because you may have parents, grandmas, aunts, uncles, roommates that are not okay with that sort of thing. And, in divine time, you will be able to practice freely. At least that's my hope for you. But some other ways to do this is, one, by having a statue of the deity. And if you don't have an altar because of those reasons, that's okay. If you have a statue of the deity on your desk, on your wall unit, somewhere where you can look and you can bring honor or prayer to them, then that is a great first start. Now, here are some of the problems. You will be able to find a lot of different deities for Greek, Celtic or Celtic, even Norse deities. Egyptian's fairly common. I see them all the time when I go to different metaphysical shops. Where it gets complicated is like with this little guy right here. This is my representation of the Japanese deity Hachiman, who is a war god and a great protector of Japan. Now, he's kind of cute for a war god, isn't he? I mean, right now, this is what's working. This is what's honoring him. But I am looking into, because I can't find a statue here, guys, for him, that I am going to try and get a samurai statue. And I have a couple in my mind, but I have to get Artemis next. I promised her. So she's next, and Hachiman's going to come along in due time. Until then, this is working. This is something to honor him, and I'm sure he'd like something, more masculine. But, he's happy to have it. And you don't have to even have something shaped like a person to honor your deities. You can get candles, and you can have a candle for Hades, a candle for Hachiman. Whether or not you want to put them on the same altar, and I think I've mentioned this before, is you want to see if their energies align. They might need separate spaces. But, the thing is you have something to honor them. So you can get a candle, you can put carve their name into it, you can leave it blank. You don't have to carve their name into it, as long as you don't mix them up and be like, oh, this is a candle for Hades, and then, oh my gosh, this is also the candle for the Norse goddess Freya. That's a big jump, guys. So just be careful about that. You can have specific pieces of jewelry, specific scents of incense that you burn for them, lighted, and you can pray to them. Prayer is always a good way to establish not only a relationship with your deity, but to honor them. Now, if you're a writer, if you're a crafter, weaver, artist, painting something, drawing something, whatever your craft is, if you do it and you make a piece to honor them, even if you think it is the most fuggliest thing in the world, I find that deities are most happy that you spent time on something, kind of like a mom or a dad, that you made something for them and you took time out of your day to honor and show them respect. So they kind of love that stuff. I have yet to have a deity who has not. And the thing is guys, like, I made a sculpture and it is not good. I need sculpting emergency classes because they're not good. But to have a representation of someone was, or to be honored that way, was something that, I'm sorry, just stuff going on. But it's something that they really like. So you can craft your own earrings. Go to the bead store. You could be the worst looking, those little plastic childlike beads that they made bead buddies and stuff out of when you're in the 3rd grade. That kind of stuff. As long as you attribute it to them, it's going to be sentimental to not only you, but to them. Wear it if it's a craft, like a necklace craft or earrings or something, while you pray to them. Put it next to their candle. It's all great stuff. So dancing and singing is included in this, and you don't have to be a good singer, because I am not a good singer. And Apollo tells me all the time, just because you're not good at it doesn't mean anything. I get a lot of my messages through music sometimes. Music streams, there's a lot of different ways, but there's definitely been some moments. I could say that people look at me like I'm crazy when I sing, and the energy is there. As you fill them with energy, they will fill you with energy. And I'm just thinking about me singing now. It's not good, guys. Like, I promise you, it's not good. But if you have a god of music, it's a good way to honor them. So let's talk about the cliche of dancing naked under the moonlight around a bonfire, blah, blah, blah. Now, traditionally, yeah, we did this. A lot of witches did this. A lot of polytheists did this back in the ancient days. Some people still do this. I'm not going to tell you to run off into the woods and start dancing naked. I don't want you to get eaten by a bear. So, I mean, obviously, just spending time out meditating with your god or goddess in the woods if they're nature spirits, awesome. Or the ocean if they're related to the sea, great. I want you to act responsibly, though, because I don't want you to come back and be like, I got bit by a shark or I got eaten by a bear. Please don't. Please be safe. But traditionally, this is something we did. Dancing and singing honored the gods. And to be naked is to be close to the divine. So if you don't feel comfortable dancing naked with your friends around a fire underneath the moonlight, which I don't, and I'm not saying you have to, you can do that alone in your room. You don't even have to be naked. You don't even have to light a bonfire or a candle. I mean, you might want to. But traditionally, yes. And why we danced naked was because it was to get us closer to the divine. That is a traditional sense. You don't have to use that, obviously. I'm sorry. Stuff's going on. Anyway, the last thing I can tell you is honor them by gratitude. And it doesn't just have to be by prayer. Like, you don't have to set up your candles. You don't have to do a big fancy ritual. To just take 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, maybe a minute, out of your day and just be like, I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being with me. That was my dog. Sorry. But, talk to your deity. Take a few minutes out to talk to your angels. I got this from my dad. It's a pendant for the Archangel Gabriel. I have this for Freya and Tyr in the Norse Pantheon. I have a pendant for Hestia. I have a pendant for Apollo and Dionysus. Like, just some of them you can even do for more than one god, but I really like to just do one of each. It's going to be up to you and your deities. If you haven't watched my video on working with deities, I think it's episode 3. So check that out. We are going to end this here today. It's about going to be probably about 11 minutes, which is a shorter video for me. And I'm hoping where we're going to go from here is that if I post this tomorrow, the 26th, then I'm hoping that that means that I have enough of another smaller myth together that we can delve into next Friday. It is also in bulk, so maybe we'll talk about that. And I'm hoping to have something up for Chinese New Year, and I am hoping to have something up for February 7th, which is a good day for... We'll get there. And then I'm going to start the video on Dionysus. I am almost done, guys. I have 10 pages of stuff just for Dionysus, and it's not even going to cover it all. But if I keep going and delving into every little thing, we'll never make it to Hades. We'll never make it to Yemea. We'll never make it to anybody else. So I'm going to have to cut him off. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next episode. I'm going to put a link to my Facebook, my PayPal, and a link to my Cashme app down in the description if you feel like helping me supporting me doing this full time. You don't have to. It's all really about connecting you to your divine, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful week, and I will see you next week for sure. So, love and light, guys.